say they'll say Avon. They said they'll be in the mix, but I mean, I think they'll be right back there. Woody, him, uh, Highland,
Mhm.
um,
Wadsworth,
Wadsworth, Holman,
North Ridgeville.
North Ridgeville. Oh man, they'll blow past them. What's going on? This be your boy Eddie Cool, and welcome to your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. And per usual, I am the HOC, the host, if you will, the head of creative Eddie Cool. And like I said before, this is Sports Bros podcast. Like I said, thank y'all for rating, reviewing, subscribing, listening, and watching and sharing clips. We just want to thank you, man. 6 years and running, and we want to thank you. The Money Man Scotty D is still on an extended assignment. Hopefully end soon because we missed the boy. We really do. We really do. But with that being said, we're never short on co-hosts, the people that want to join us. And before Be Live, I'm gonna do a little different. I'm gonna do a little different because I don't want to be rude because I always want to introduce our guest first. All right. And with that being said, joining us on this week's episode of the Sports Bros podcast, he is like yours truly himself. He also does media up here in Northeast Ohio, sports, high school sports media, if you will. Actually, this gentleman does a lot of everything. All right. He is a high school sports writer at Key on Sports Media Group. Three of us have appeared on there as well. Tony Bogan. TB, what's going on, man? How you doing?
How is everybody out there doing tonight? I'm really happy and excited to be part of Sports Bros podcast. I've listened to you guys for years, and I was always messaging Eddie, "Hey, I want to be on the show. I got to be on the show at some point." We finally made it happen, and my name's Tony Bogan, and Eddie pretty much said it best. I do a lot of sports media. You can follow me. You've probably seen my clips. Not to toot my own horn, but that's just what I do. And greatly appreciate it.
Yep. Tony Bogan, where can everybody find your work? Where can everybody find you on social media?
Instagram, just Tony Bogan Media. That's where I usually put up some really great clips.
Good stuff.
And on Twitter, I'm going to call it Twitter. I'm not going to call it X. Twitter at tbogues2010.
Yeah. Check if you ever get a chance, please check out Tony's work. It is great. It is awesome. It is fan-damn-tastic. All right. And of course, one of the other mainstays here at the Sports Bros podcast, manning the ship, El Capitan, with that ugly ass shirt on, down there in Fayetteville, North Carolina. He is the one, the only, the almighty Be Live.
What's happening? What's going on in the world today? Watch your mouth about my shirt. There's a reason why I'm wearing this shirt.
It kind of happened. I was just this allergic reaction. Just
I understand that because your team ain't doing much better.
They sure are. Hey,
just you can watch your mouth. But and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But the reason why I'm wearing this shirt, I'm gonna wear it throughout the duration of the show, is that I believe that my beloved Clemson Tigers, we don't bring our own guts anymore. And
that's my favorite saying. Your own guts.
I think we need to go back to our roots. Back in the day, this saying came from where we were underdogs against Notre Dame. It was rain soaked, and even though it was rain soaked, I believe it was a night game in Death Valley, and we pulled it out. We beat Notre Dame, and that was started of our trajectory towards where we won our 2 national championships and all the other things. But I believe we've forgotten where we came from, and we're struggling right now. So this is a message to my Clemson Tigers, to Dabo Sweeney, to the coaching staff, to everybody that dons the Tiger orange in their paw. I already got way too ahead of myself because we got a whole show to get into.
Yeah, we do.
But I had to explain that because it's been rough. I don't even like football that much, but one thing did happen this week, and we'll get into it, that put a big old smile on my face. But Eddie Cool, a little ahead of myself, but Amtrak this thing. Let's do this thing. Let's do what it do, baby.
Oh yeah, I got to put this train back on the train. With that being said, we're gonna talk about football, and more football. This is one of the things about the Sports Bros podcast. Around this time of year is a very football centric podcast. With that being said, let's go ahead and hop right into it. The top of the order.
All right, let's get this thing started. Here it is, the top of the order.
All right, as B Live alluded to, we are talking about football, and more football. So with that being said, fellas, Week 3 of the NFL season has come and has gone. I have some comments to say about a specific member of the Baltimore Ravens who cost me my fantasy football matchup for the week, having me going 0-3 in the league, but I'm pretty sure he don't care about that. He don't care about that, fella. So looking at the slate of games from this past week in the National Football League, I got a question. What have we learned?
What have we learned? That the
Yes, sir.
Saints are probably going to be a top two in the NFL draft in 26 and not number two.
Number one, you say. All right. So Tony, yeah, he said that's what he learned after 3 weeks in the NFL season. Be Live, what say you?
And Tony, what team you said that was gonna be that's gonna have the number one draft pick?
The Aints.
Say,
Oh man. Whew. Yeah, I don't that brings me joy, but it brings me a lot of joy because they're division rivals. The one thing that I learned more than anything is that you just don't know.
Mm-mm.
Because I know there's a little buzz and excitement in you guys' our neck of the woods because I've almost pretty much crowned Green Bay as they're going to challenge for the NFC Championship. They're going to go to this. They might beat the Eagles and go to the Super Bowl, and then they struggle and lose to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, they did that.
Let me say this: defense wins championships. Now, I'm not saying that the Cleveland Browns are going to win the championship, but each one of the games that the Cleveland Browns have played this year, they've actually been in the game because of their defense. And Joe Flacco he's not going to lose a game for you, but he's probably not going to win too many games. But just the fact that Cleveland has that defense and you saw a defensive battle and it came down to the wire in a game-winning field goal, that speaks volumes. And then I'm going to throw on the flip side of where you see where the lack of defense ain't going to get you nowhere. And that's where I miss my boy Scotty D because the Dallas Cowboys has Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears looking like world beaters. What in the world? What happened? Man, so just between the defense of the Browns and the lack of defense with the Cowboys, and I don't know what the heck happened. I can say one thing that I also will make sure that I find a way to make it happen. That uniform combination that the Carolina Panthers had, I need that. I need that in my life. I need the black
with the black helmet. Yes,
I need that in my life because I don't know what they just look like a different team. Didn't help that the Falcons were just horrible. Shout out my boy Shanari. He was at the game and took his 2 kids to the game. He's a diehard Falcons fan. Sorry that his kids had to see that. He left midway through the third quarter. May have convinced his son to become a Panthers fan. Uncle B Live endorses this message, TJ. But it's it was very, very good to see. And you just don't know. There's so much season to go. I mean, what else? The Eagles pulled it out.
They did.
They were down a lot and pulled it out. So, I mean, oh man, it's football, and I suck at fantasy. All right, cool, good talk. All right.
Good talk. The 49ers are 3-0 and falling apart at the seams. It was announced earlier today that Nick Bosa tore his ACL. He's done for the season.
that's a huge loss for the Niners defense.
Yeah.
They ended up getting a game-winning field goal, but I believe there's a concept of any given Sunday. 5 games were decided either by a blocked field goal or a walk-off field goal,
Mm-hmm.
and Mac Jones was at the helm. So whenever Brock Purdy gets back, I wonder if the Niners will keep it up because they barely beat Seattle week 1 as well.
Mac Jones, who? Mac Jones, Jones.
Speaking of guys with the name of Jones, what about this dude Indiana Jones? And what is like? We wrote them completely off.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure we had them right around the third worst team in the entire NFL. We had
we did.
Well, I think we talked between the Aints and the Browns, but with the Indianapolis, you had to choose between Danny Dimes or Richardson, and they went with Dan. I'm like, oh boy, this is gonna be a rough season for them. They're 3-0.
Yeah.
Not only are they a 3-0, they're actually a convincing 3-0. Like, this is a resurgence of. I don't want to call him Danny Dimes anymore. I'm calling him Indiana Jones because he's deservedly so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and on top of that, woe is the New York Giants. To see their quarterback leave and become a superstar all over again, see their running back leave and become a superstar all over again. What do you do as a Giants fan? It's what is
What do you do as a Giants fan? Today you announced that Jackson Dart is getting a start,
that day? Yep.
and then also Cam Scatterbo is that dude.
Yes, he is. And you get an extra large free soda with every Giants ticket.
Gotta give him some incentive, but I'm excited to see what Jackson Dart does.
Mm.
I mean, it's not for a lack of weapons. I mean, Tyrone Tracy did just get hurt, but like I said, you got Cam Scatterbo, and I've seen some flashes in the pan for Wandale Robinson.
Mm.
Malik Neighbors, did I see? I thought did he get hurt or was he able to bounce back and come back into the game? Because I saw he was laboring an injury, like when I was watching the NFL Red Zone, and I think I saw him come down a little hard, but I didn't really follow up. Did y'all see anything about Malik Neighbors?
He did get injured in the third quarter. It was a pretty scary collision, but everyone was able to walk off under their own power.
Okay. So yeah, something to look at. But again, like they've got a little bit of talent. They've got some talent on the team. I mean, I really think they're better than the Cowboys because the Cowboys cannot stop a nosebleed. It just like it was funny to watch that little piece of the game that I watched. The fact that Caleb Williams had 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and they won by 17 points against you literally have the highest paid quarterback. You've got the second or third highest paid wide receiver, but he did get hurt. I think he's out for a number of weeks.
CD? Yeah.
CD Lamb. So that's gonna because they don't have depth on the offensive side of the ball, and then they don't have anything on the defensive side of the ball.
Mm-mm.
So whew.
I can think of a linebacker that probably would have helped on defense. I wonder
Maybe
where he's at. I think he's some team named Green Bay.
He was just up. He was just up here last week in a green and yellow jersey with the number 1 on it, and Oh, matter of fact, real quick. Speaking of that game, I don't know if you guys saw the short that's making its way around. Well, Myles Garrett beat the Packers lineman, and the Packers lineman he turned around and told Jordan Love, "Run, Jordan, run!" That had to be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh man, he beat that lineman so bad. He is so quick on the ball, and I know it's $47 million a year, but if there's someone to get garnered that amount of money, he shows why he deserves it. I mean, again, they still lost, but they didn't lose because of Myles Garrett. Let's put it that way.
Because that offense.
Oh.
I told somebody yesterday. matter of fact, yesterday and today, I said, here's the deal with
Not
Cleveland
Miles Garrett,
Browns.
but Micah Parsons. They lost
What?
because of Miles Garrett.
Yeah,
They did not lose because of
because
Micah
Micah
Parsons.
Parsons.
That's what I meant to say.
Yeah. I've been telling people this for like last day and a half. I said that defense, that Browns defense, is top five, because the way they held the Bengals, the way they held Derrick Henry in check, and the way they held that high-powered Green Bay offense. That defense is great. It's just that offense that ain't worth two dead flies smash. Um, they have got to figure something out at this quarterback situation because the offense is sputtering. They just can't get it right. They don't move the ball. Joe Flacco looks like the Statue of Liberty, just sitting there chilling. He 40. He not mobile. They have to figure something out. Somebody's like, well, what if they start the rookies? I said, what? I was like, it's early in the season, but then I'm looking at this whole New York situation. At this point, why not?
Yeah, I think, to be honest with you, I talked about this with my dad, but I wonder if, I don't know how this would work, but I wonder if they call up the Giants and see how much they'd be willing to part with Russell Wilson. That way, you're not going to have Russell Wilson the entire season,
Mm-hmm.
but he is a leader. He's got those high knees going.
Mm-hmm.
He can delete the guys, the two QBs, because remember, you've got two rookie QBs. You can have them learn behind him, and although he's younger than Flacco, he is mobile, and he's shown he can run the ball. He threw for 450 yards week 2 and had an arm punt that lost them the game. If
Oh.
I'm the Browns, maybe I look into going after Russell Wilson.
See, I Browns don't seem to be the fit for me. They've already got the veteran leadership. I think the
Mm.
Saints need a Russell Wilson. Um,
Yes,
because
yes,
they've
yes.
also got
Good point.
rookie, like a rookie quarterback, a year 2 quarterback, literally no leadership on the team from the quarterback position. They would be the ones that would be a little bit more serviceable when it comes to Russell Wilson. But I'd actually rather take Jabu.
Jameis Winston.
I'd take Jameis Winston over any of that. Like Jameis Winston, I believe should be it would be fun just to watch him. I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
if he actually win games, but I just his antics is something else. Um, I want to pivot real quick because I was mentioning about defenses winning and defense lack of defense losing. While we're praising one team in the state of Ohio for their great defense, there's another team in the state of Ohio that had no defense whatsoever as well.
God, oh.
And I want to emphasize this so much because this team lost all of it. And they were the reason why I lost all of my fantasy football this week because I saw little flashes in the pan from Jake Browning in week 2. In week 3, nothing. He can't. I mean, just T. Higgins ain't getting nothing. What 48-10 to Carson Wentz? Because of course JJ McCarthy got hurt. That's another one of my quarterbacks that I don't have.
They got beat by what Shannon Sharp call him walk it to him Wentz.
No,
And,
the
yeah, and then on top of that, like the Vikings defense was all world. It was like
yeah.
what a fumble return for was it interception, and then
Mhm.
the same guy had like a fumble return. That guy was showing his ass. I'm going to say he was showing out, and it's just, you know what? I don't want to say this, but I'm gonna say it because you know me. Because be like we were really high on Joe Burrow, but other than demanding a trade, the Bengals are done. They're
Oh yeah,
at this point in time. I know it's week 3, but they're done because like I told somebody, I said, how in the hell do you get injured? The guy that grabbed him was he beat the lineman. He was on his belly. Flacco. Joe Burrow moved. He grabbed Burrow's foot, turf toe. You got hurt by the guy on the ground, not in motion. He made a play on his belly, and whoever that was, I think it was number 91. He deserved a raise. All right, he kept playing through the whistle. Because think about it, they got all that money tied up. If they was worried about Trey Henderson, they should have been trying to show up that damn offensive line. I don't know what it is. It's like you got all this money tied up in Joe Burrow because you got to have a quarterback in winning this league. You got more money tied up in two wide receivers. One could be you got 1A and 1B, and then you got all this money tied up in the Trey Henderson, which means you ain't got no money to do nothing. You don't have any money to do anything other than score 50 points a game, but you can't do that now because now Joe Burrow is out for like 2-3 months. And yeah, I hate to say this, Cincinnati Bengals fans, you can go ahead and turn from this part of the podcast, but y'all done, man. Y'all are cooked grass. Y'all, it is over with. I don't know what miracle can have them Joe Burrow come back and save the world, but it ain't done.
They should be 0-3, honestly, if Jacksonville didn't try to go for it up 3 in week 2. And
yeah,
Schmidt, I know he definitely redeemed himself, definitely need to redeem himself after week 1. But if he doesn't miss that chip shot field goal, the Bengals would be 0-3 right now.
Yeah, they are done. And be live, we got to talk about it. Our Carolina Panthers gave the Atlanta Falcons, the Falcons, a goose egg. And just like I said, be live, I said it's a wonderful day when the Panthers win. It's an extraordinary day when the Falcons lose. So be live. You watched the majority of the game. Tell us your observation of the game because we had an interesting conversation before we went live.
I got a chance to watch the majority of the game. Friend of mine, at the game, of course, as I mentioned before. The Falcons were god awful. Like their performance on that field, you would get coaches fired. Like it's early in the season. Like they're still you don't write them off just yet. But that particular performance on the field, that gets coaches fired.
I think a coach did get fired. Ike Hilliard,
the wide receiver coach.
Ike Hilliard,
yeah, the wide receiver coach.
Somebody had to eat that. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's what's like it. None of it made any sense. Michael Penix was erratic in the like he I don't know why he was seeing ghosts. I mean, our pass rush wasn't that demanding, but like there was a couple times where the throw was just rushed, and then that one pick six, that was the easiest pick six I have seen ever in the history of football. Like, what was he looking at? Like it almost looked like he stared down his check down and didn't think anybody else was paying attention. Cornerback was like, "Oh, you don't see me? You actually don't throw it? I'm going to grab it. I'm going to get this off you real quick because clearly you're not paying attention." Every kickoff return, they were stumbling and falling and fumbling the ball and everything. Every punt return, they running into each other on the punt. I've never seen such discombobulation and unorganization in watching professional football. I've seen a little bit here and there in college, but man, I've never seen it on this level of the sport. So I love the fact that it was 30-0. We, as Panthers fans, absolutely needed something like this. I want us to stay realistic. It's something we can build upon. We're still not that great of a team. We need more offensive power. We need more separation from our wide receivers. But at the end of the day, Falcons, y'all gotta watch film and be like, this is almost one of them things where you actually forget. You just take that game and throw it in the trash, in the ocean. Do whatever you got to do. Just forget that game because I don't think you learn anything from it because they were just disorganized. Darnell Mooney don't know what he want to do. Like Kyle Pitts, they did a little something, but we focus a lot of our energy on Kyle Pitts because they try to make him the focal point. Bijan Robinson really didn't get off the ball too well. He had a couple of decent runs, but for the most part, I enjoyed watching the discombobulation. Falcons, yeah, I don't want you to do better, but do better.
I can't believe
go Go ahead, Tony.
I can't believe that they beat Minnesota like they did in week 2.
That man. So see, here's the thing. I think that's the actual. I think that's the real Atlanta Falcons. And what we saw week 3 against the Panthers, I don't think that's really them. They have talent. This like on both sides of the ball. I don't think they're world beaters. I think the NFC South is just it is what it is.
Yeah, at this point,
I picked Tampa Bay to win it. I think the Panthers are better than the Falcons, and of course the Saints is going to be where they ain't. But I think week 2 against Minnesota is a better indicator of Atlanta than week 3. I really think they should take week 3. Don't even look at the film. Just say like, bruh, whatever the hell that is, let's just build off of week 2 and not even just what happened.
Yeah.
What happened?
Because I thought like we were underdogs coming into the game, and okay, it was 17-0. 17-0 turned into what, 20-0?
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, it was like a minute and 25 left, and we're up by 30. And I was like, oh.
They done benched Michael Penix and brought in the world's most expensive backup. Like, Kirk Cousins got playing time in this game because they were that bad.
Yeah. Oh, Kirk Chains. So let's go ahead and talk about what in the. Speaking of what happened, I shouldn't be so invested in this game, but due to fantasy purposes, I was. What in the ever loving hell happened in Baltimore Monday night?
Detroit just did what Detroit does. They go balls to the wall, went for it a couple times on 4th down, converted, and scored. It honestly kind of looked like Baltimore was lost, and even King Henry wasn't his usual self. I think last year he had 3 fumbles and 400 some odd carries last year. He's had 3 fumbles already in 3 games.
Costly fumbles at that. Not just midfield, first quarter. All right, no, this is like late in the game, on a scoring drive, and I'm because what happened was there was a matchup between me and another guy, right? He had David Montgomery, I had Derrick Henry. I said, you know what? I might have a chance because the Lions' backfield is a timeshare. Just feet against. When Henry fumbled that ball the last time and Montgomery went on that long run, I cut the TV off and went straight to bed. Didn't even stay up and watch Nightcap, went to bed. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on. And think about this, Derrick Henry is one of the most consistent running backs in the league, ran for 1,900 yards last year. And, people are like, can we trust Derrick Henry? Should we trust him? I think you should. This is only the 3rd week of the season. But if he keeps doing this at this rate, because what did you say, Tony? He fumbled the ball how many times last year?
He fumbled 3 times off last year.
Yeah, 3 times in 16 games.
And this year he's already fumbled the ball 4 times. Well, he fumbled. Yeah. He's fumbled the ball 3 times. He fumbled himself. That'll make the 4th fumble because
on the bench. Yeah, he missed. How you gonna crash out and miss the bench, bro?
Oh man, bro, I cried because I saw that in real time. I was like, oh, they gonna eat him up for that. I saw that in real time. I was like, you can't do that on live TV player.
They'll get you.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I mean, but then again, but nothing beats the celebration of what's my man name? Aaron Glenn. Do you remember?
It was such short-lived, but I saw that in real time too because we had 2 block field goals returned for a
Yeah.
touchdown within like 2 minutes of each other. Because you had the Eagles and Jordan Davis blocking, got him a big boy tutty,
Yeah.
335, just rumbling, tumbling, stumbling, all the way. The boy is fast. They've always ran a 4.7, but he blocked and sealed the win for the Eagles.
Yeah.
And then right after that, the Jets, I think it was number 9. I didn't get his name, but he literally jumped over the center and
But
blocked
you
it,
can't do.
grabbed
But you
it.
can't. I thought you couldn't do that anymore.
Here's the thing: you can jump over the player if you don't make contact with them.
Okay.
You can't launch over them. Like you can't use them as a launching board to jump over them. But like literally the center hiked the ball and just stood there, and he literally was like, he literally just jumped right over him and was like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and grab that from you. And then Aaron Glenn with that damn, I was like, oh, he get A, and then Baker Mayfield drove the ball down the field and
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this considering they're in the NFC South, but give Baker Mayfield his flowers. He's actually been
Yeah.
coming up clutch these first
Yeah.
3 weeks, and he's really earned that bag.
Yeah. We all picked the Buccaneers to win the division. It was much as we are fans, but yeah, we can recognize the Panthers just say they ain't quite there yet. The Falcons and the Saints, we just they ain't gonna be there. So and Baker Mayfield it's one of those things. It's quiet, but it's not quiet. Like Baker Mayfield, when he first came in the league, he was as loud as can be.
Yeah.
But now it's just he's like, all right, y'all can keep hyping up your Pat Mahomes, your Lamar Jacksons, your Joe Burrows, your Josh Allen. You keep hyping everybody up in the AFC and just keep sleeping on those guys in the NFC. You can hype up the reigning defending champion and Jalen Hurts. You ain't got to talk much about me. I'll just keep coming out here and slinging this ball.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Now, it's going to be interesting without now his top 2 receivers because Godwin's been hurt and Mike Evans is out for 2 to 4 weeks. So, but if anybody's going to do it, I think he has the capability of doing it. Now it's going to be interesting because I want us to get into the what we're looking forward to next week because I'm over here like, woo, we got some games.
Yeah.
Got some games coming up next week, and that's one of the ones that is circled on my calendar. Eagles, Buccaneers. Somebody's going to be 4-0. Somebody's going to be 3-1, and it's going to have a clear-cut lead in the NFC.
That's going to be interesting, man. Speaking of the games, let me go ahead and look. All right, so Thursday night we open up with the Cardinals and the Seahawks. Set your clocks, gentlemen, because we got some Sunday morning football. It's that time of the year again. We got the Steelers and the Vikings. A game no one really cares about. Titans at the Texans. Eagles, Buccaneers, as you said. We got the Panthers at the Patriots. Be live. That's going to be an interesting one. The Chargers. Yeah, boy, they look good. Boy, even without Khalil Mack, boy, they look good. At the Giants, Tony Bogan, we got your Saints at the Bills. Oh boy.
We'll need a lot of prayers.
Yeah.
I already got the Bills defense. Don't even worry about it. don't even worry about it.
Play. So that's the theme of the season. Who did the Saints play? Yeah, let me go ahead and stream this one. Let me go ahead and stream this one here. The Commanders at the Falcons, the Browns at the Lions. That's going to be another good one. Colts at the Rams, the Jags at the 49ers, Bears at the Raiders, Ravens and Chiefs, the late game, and the night game, we got the Packers at the Cowboys. And then we have 2 Monday night games, the Jets, Dolphins, and the Bengals and the Broncos. If Joe Burrow was healthy, I would have had the Bengals and the Broncos highlighted, but we know what's about to happen here. I'm looking at the Chiefs-Ravens game.
And what you saying that you do realize after the Chiefs Ravens game, the was the rematch of the AFC Championship game.
Mm-mm.
No, wait a minute. The Chiefs. Was it Chiefs Ravens? No, it was Chiefs Bills.
Chiefs Bills, yeah.
Chiefs Bills, but yeah. Either way, Chiefs Ravens, two of the favorite teams in the AFC. One of these teams is going to be 1-3.
Oof.
That the Ravens or the Chiefs, one of those teams is going to be 1-3. In what world? And where did you see that at? Did you have that on your bingo card? I believe not.
Chiefs are lucky that they're not potentially looking at 0-4 start because they didn't look that good against the Giants.
They did not. They
definitely struggled against it. They definitely struggled early against them. I mean, if it had been any other team, that would be 0-4, but it's the Giants.
You can't be KC and struggle against the Giants. You can't. You can't do that. I mean, that's not a knock against the Giants, but you just can't struggle against the Giants. But they're gonna have their hand. But the Giants, I said the Giants, they're gonna have their hands full playing against against the LA Chargers. Did I pick the Broncos to win the division?
I know one of y'all did, or did I? I don't think I did.
Scrap that because the Chargers they beat the Broncos, and I don't know, man.
I think I might have picked I'm not San Diego, the Los Angeles
Chargers. Yeah,
I think I picked the Chargers to win the division, and the Chiefs to be in the wild card. Man, all right. The Chiefs go 1-3. It's gonna be a tragedy because. As much as we want to believe in Patrick Mahomes, who is he throwing the ball to? And Travis Kelce is not the same Travis Kelce that we just dealt. He gonna be married to a billionaire, so football might not be his song.
Nope. He might be thinking about joining his brother Jason over here in Cleveland Heights. And doing their podcast, which is a great podcast. Yeah, Tony, they're from Cleveland Heights, right? They're from Cleveland.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, good old.
Jason Kelce was on the sidelines of the Ravens game in the band with Ravens gear on, playing the baritone saxophone this past week. I'm like, wait a what? Oh.
Living his best life.
Yep.
Side quests and all right.
Yeah. All right, with that being said, that does it for Week 3 NFL talk. Coming up next, the B-Live Top 5. Stick stay. Don't you dare go away. We'll be right here, right back here on your favorite sports podcast, none other than the Sports Bros podcast. Shall I say it, B-Live? Stick stay. Don't you dare go away. We'll be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people that consume Jose Cuervo, Coors Light, and edibles. This is the Be Live Top 5. And we're joined by Tony Bogan. Bogan.
Yo, check this out, man. You know how I do this. I'm very passionate when it comes to college football. So I'm a little bit off the wall, and you know what I'm saying? This is a show by the fan for the fan. So I do my own thing when it comes to college football rankings. I go off the beaten because, but here's the thing. I didn't change much from my picks last week when it comes to the top five. Not top five, oh boy. But my top five stayed the same. Number 5, Oregon. I mean, they beat their in-state rival, Oregon State. I mean, Oregon State still plays for the Pac 12, 2, 5, 8, 9, 7. All right, whatever, how many teams they ever want to have 8 in this sport, 9 in that, but 2 right now. And playing with, I go on and on about that, but Oregon handled their business. They won't count this as a quality win, even though it's a rival win, 41-7. Very simple. Mm-hmm. Number 4, LSU. They took care of Florida. Poor Florida. Poor little tank. Hey boy, Florida. Here's one thing I can say about Florida. They're not on my overrated. They're not on my not top 5 because I just frankly feel bad for them because it's not going to get any easier. Number 3. Penn State. We are Penn State. They had a bye week this week, so I ain't even see much of nothing. But man, oh man, if I'm not mistaken, coming up this week is Penn State versus Oregon. So it's going to be 3 versus 5 in my ranking. It'll be whatever they put on the little numbers on the side of the thing. But that is definitely going to be the game of the week coming up, Penn State versus Oregon. Number 2, the Ohio State University. They had a bye week as well, so I mean, really wasn't much to see there. And number one, the Miami. It's gonna be interesting to see what they do. Like, oh yeah, who did LSU play? I'm sorry, I said LSU played Florida. Miami played Florida. LSU. They play Southeast Louisiana. Whatever. Miami played Florida and handled their business. Florida couldn't really do much on the ball and everything like that. So Miami is showing to me that they should be the number 1 team in the nation. Yeah. If you think otherwise, it is what it is. A lot of people still have Ohio State up there, not giving Miami the respect they deserve. But Miami right now, I believe, has the better resume. What is it? Notre Dame, and then South Florida, 2 ranked teams, and then Florida that started the season ranked. They got a little bit of a resume for them, and that's why I'm putting them at number 1. And then on top of that, the ACC. All right, cool. That's where I get into my not top 5. Yeah, boy. All right. Number 5. And the news broke today that because of number 5, I'm a man. I'm 40
and fired.
Oklahoma State. You can't lose to it. Can't lose to Tulsa. You can't lose to a group of 5 team as a Power 4 team and then expect to keep your job. No. And Mike Gundy is unemployed. Oklahoma State at number 5. You just not necessarily overrated, but just you can't be this bad.
You also can't give Dan Lanning bulletin board material.
Right. But yeah, they did not do themselves any favors. Number 4. All right. That guy down there with the young girlfriend and whatnot. yeah. Saying, like, are you going to win anything?
Nope.
I believe this one. They played Richmond this week. Again, you can't lose to a group of 5 school. as a power.
But they played UCF this past weekend, right?
Was he okay? Yes, that's what.
Yeah, it was UCF.
But still, you can't lose to a Group of 5 team as a Power 4 team and not be on my overrated list. You just can't do it. Now here's the thing. My top 3 and my not top 5. It's a little personal. A little personal. Number 3, Eddie Cool. I'm sorry, bro. Your beloved Game Chickens.
God, dog. hey, you know what? Right now, man, I don't know what's going on, man. We're stinking up the joint ever since we got that good win against Virginia Tech, and we just been straight up booty clap juice. It's just,
you do realize Virginia Tech is terrible, right? They fired their head coach.
I do, yeah.
And there's chatter. There's chatter
that he could go to Virginia Tech.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I understand. I understand because that's his daddy coached there. Like I all the chatter, I get it. I just need him to just can you get us to 6 wins at this point?
it's a struggle bus right now. But number 3 are the Game Chickens of South Carolina. Number 2, not necessarily personal, but good Lord, Illinois. The Fighting Illini. I know it's a ranked team. I understand it's some interconference, but 63-10.
You want some too, old man?
No. Indiana. Kurt Cignetti, Indiana. Illinois was in the top 10. People were starting to believe in Illinois, and then they laid this. No, you can't do that. You can't do that and not be on my list. But they're number 2 for a reason. Because number 1,
drum roll,
it's on my chest. It's in my veins. I bleed a certain color. Everybody that knows me knows how much I love this team. And I have not been this hurt in a very long time. But Clemson Tigers started off the season ranked number 4 in the nation. We gonna mess around and be like Florida State was last year. We cannot go 2-10. We can't. We got to beat somebody. That was my temporary Facebook profile picture. Beat somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, Syracuse, Georgia Tech, LSU. Man, I understand LSU and Georgia Tech are ranked, but just come on, man, Syracuse. Like, thank you for helping us get into the ACC championship last year, but this was a home game. Is there anybody on our schedule that we actually I feel comfortable with beating outside of? I think we play the Citadel this year. I'm not in a good place, and we get to travel to Chapel Hill and the aforementioned Bill Belichick, which is, I guarantee you, he's gonna have some trick up his sleeve because everybody is playing Clemson because this is the time. We got way too much talent on our team to be 1-3. Preseason Heisman front runner. 3 to 4 number 1 on the first round draft picks. And I think the only thing, there's 2 things that are saving Dabo Swinney's job right now. Is a $60 million buyout. And he's made a legacy at Clemson.
Yeah.
There's a reason why they couldn't get Clemson off of Sports Center all day yesterday. I'm like, could you leave it alone? I know we're 1-3. I know.
Be Live.
Everybody stop talking to me.
Be Live, what it is, Be Live, there's that standard. Clemson over the last,
Best is the standard, yes.
Yeah, there's a standard. So when teams are performing at a substandard level, it raises questions. Matter of fact, Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco had a lot to say about Dabo on Nightcap. It's like you better figure something out. Like Be Live is like, I know this is your segment, and I don't want to hog it. Is Dabo anti-transfer portal? Like what's the deal with that?
Okay. Here's the one thing that I agree with Dabo about. He is against the transfer portal because he believes that, because there's a sense of loyalty. Like if you can gather the players that are loyal to, like, this is basically what I'm saying. You come to Clemson, you will want to stay at Clemson. I'm not going to go try to find other players from other schools to plug and play and put in these positions. If you come to Clemson, we're going to mold you, we're going to shape you, we're going to develop you, and we're going to get you in the game. Here's the thing: it is not the transfer portal that is causing Clemson to not be competitive. It is our coaching. Mm-hmm. If I see Garrett Riley on the street, it's going to be a misunderstanding.
There's going to be some furniture moving.
If I see Tom Allen on the like our defense is like they're overshooting everybody. They like, there's got to be some type of discipline. Like they're breaking off way too many big plays because they are overestimating their ability. Our corners think like we're in man coverage way too much, and our corners are getting dusted. When we blitz, we overshoot the quarterback. You get a slightest bit of a mobile quarterback, he didn't got off, and then you're throwing into man coverage, and you're trying to blitz, trying to do all this stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, let's stay at home. Put them two big behemoths, and let them work. DeMonte Capehart. Mm-hmm. Let's put some work in. I mean, Sammy Brown and linebacker. These are guys that will go to the next level. Woods and freaking TJ Brown. Like these are dudes that are going to go next level. Like why they can't figure it out this year right now, I have no idea. I have a little bit of an idea. Is Dabo calling the plays, or is he letting his coordinators call the plays? It's a lot of mess. We have too much speed. We have too much talent to be 1-3. Mm-hmm. And it comes down to play calling. Play. It's not for a lack of talent. Mm-hmm. It is play calling. Everything. Like screen, bubble screen, bubble screen, slant, screen, bubble screen.
This sounds like a few years ago when we was in Pittsburgh and you was like 50-50 ball, bubble screen.
We're not even, again, like I said, I think we said this last week, we're not throwing the 50-50 ball. So we're not even challenging down the field. So the safeties are 10, 15 yards in. And it's, again, the same exact scenario. And man, then Fran Brown, he had it in his mind. This is something circled on his calendar, because just the way that he was bragging about, hey, Dabo, I got you in there, guy. All right, now if I beat you, I know that I'm going to be the center of attention for a little bit, and it's going to help boost a little bit of recruiting. So these dudes just run down the field 7-0, and then kick an onside kick. And getting the ball right, man. Come on, bro. All right, who kicks an onside kick the second drive of the game?
I don't know, man. There's a such thing as being cute and just being dumb. You don't do that. All right.
They got it, though. They got it and drove down the field, scored again. And then scored again. And we couldn't stop them. I'm sorry. Amtrak.
It's all good. I'm gonna get together. Looking at the top 25 real quick, we got I'm going from the bottom up. BYU 25, TCU 24, Illinois drops all the way down to 23. Notre Dame, somehow, some way, somebody please tell me how are you 1-2 and even ranked, all right?
Tough schedule.
Huh?
Tough schedule.
So a tough. Hold together. These MFers was 0-2 last week. Anyways, all right, just get together. Take a minute later on. All right, so Missouri at 20. I'm just trying to say, like, you're supposed to play and win games to be up in the doggone top 25, not struggle with a good. Anyways, Missouri number 20, Michigan number 19, Vanderbilt number 18, Alabama number 17, Georgia Tech 16, Tennessee 15, Iowa State sneaky. They sneak. Watch out for them. 14. Ole Miss 13, Texas Tech, the Red Raiders at 12, Indiana, who mopped Illinois, they jump all the way to 11, Texas at 10, Texas A&M 9, Florida State 8, Oklahoma 7, Oregon 6, Georgia 5, them Tigers of LSU 4, Penn State number 3, Miami number 2, and the Ohio State at number 1. Tony Bogan, your thoughts on the B-Line top 5? Do you agree, disagree, don't care? What?
My thoughts on the B Live top 5. Well, here's the thing. Clemson made the playoffs last year. They got a 9-3 record, won the ACC championship game. May or may not have taken a spot from a certain SEC team in the South, but then again, Diego Pavia balled out. So, and Vandy's looking good this year.
Tony, don't do that.
Number 18. And Georgia Tech, I'm sorry, B-Live.
Go ahead.
Georgia Tech they are not a good start, but I'm curious to see how they do moving forward. In Florida State, yes, I know I'm wearing a Florida State shirt. It's honestly kind of good to see them turn things around after the disaster class that was last year. As far as the not top 5, Oklahoma State, Mike Gundy, happy trails to you, man. We will always be remembered for, I'm a man, I'm 40.
Yeah.
And who was the other not top 5 besides, UNC? I don't see them making a bowl this year. I could see them like Deion Sanders was at Colorado. Struggle to a 4-8 record, but then turn it around the next year. So I could see a Deion type arc there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not really going to write off North Carolina. It's probably just your first year. The man coached in the NFL for 30 some odd years.
Yeah.
And Deion has never coached in the NFL. He did play in it. So maybe it's that transition. But Deion did coach college football. So...
Here's one thing to your point, Tony. That because Bill Belichick did actually do like the very same thing that Deion Sanders did. He gutted the program. There's 70 new players at UNC this year.
So he bought his own luggage, and it was
yeah. 70 new players, a lot of transfers, a lot of stuff like that. So he I don't think he brought his Louis. He might have brought his Samsonite.
That's what he bought. Yeah.
And what are the other not top 5 teams? I said North Carolina, Oklahoma State, Clemson,
South
Carolina,
and Illinois.
Illinois will bounce back. It was probably just one of those things that really bad loss, but I still see Illinois getting around 8-9 wins. Top 5, Miami. How in the hell did they get so lucky to not leave the state of Florida until November 1st with their schedule? Even their road games are in Florida. Their first road game outside the state of Florida is against SMU, who isn't as good as their playoff team was last year. I just wonder how that happened. Ohio State is going to be number 1 for obvious reasons, so we don't need to dive in any further. They're just a really awesome program.
Well, that's not necessarily a really awesome program. We don't do that on this show.
hey, matter of fact, Ohio State they got that running back, Tony. Where did he go to school? Where did Bo Jackson go to school?
He went to VASJ.
Yeah, VASJ.
He's pretty good.
I know the two of you.
Have you ever been around there, Coach Tony Bogan, VASJ? Have you ever been
Oh
around there,
yes,
Coach?
yes,
Oh man,
yes, I
he
have.
is. Oh, he is. I've seen him at some of the 707s, and I'm like, this is an interesting guy here.
Rotsky is a very interesting guy. He's a
Yeah,
very awesome dude. He really cares for about the kids in
yeah,
there. Really does his best out there.
yeah, he is all in, man. That guy's special. That guy's special. They're very blessed program to have him. All right.
And
So that being said, that does it for the Beat Our Top Five and Not Top Five. New segment. Got some questions for you. It's called This or That, and we got Tony Bogan joining us with us too. So pretty much, I'll ask y'all some questions, and you decide either this or that. All right. So we're gonna talk about running backs real quick. All right. Would you rather this or that? Draft a running back in the first round or have a running back by committee? Once again, draft one in the first round or have a running back by committee. What say you, Tony?
it depends on who's on the committee. If I'm getting a Jameer Gibbs and Montgomery type deal, I'll take that running back by committee all day, like Sonic and Knuckles. But
Okay.
if I'm a team that's looking to, pick up the pace or pick up the pieces like the Saints did, I know they drafted a certain running back in the first round. I would say go with the running back, go with first round running back and see what he can do.
Mm.
Maybe he might be a legend like Emmitt Smith, or he'll start off hot out the gate like Todd Gurley, who unfortunately had a lot of injuries that forced him to retire at the age of 26. But yeah, he's a guy who really honestly could be playing today if not for those injuries.
Mm-hmm. Eli, what say you? Draft a running back in the first round or a running back by committee?
It will be. I mean, the landscape of football is in the National Football League has changed. The importance of a running game is tantamount. It is so important to have a running game that complement the other part, complement the passing game that most teams want to default to anyway. But you got to have a running game, and you've seen the past few years the running game has been the stimulus to teams winning it all. Mm-hmm. Like even in the Patrick Mahomes 3 Super Bowls, he still had his own threat of extending the play, running the ball. Then with the emergence of Isaiah Pacheco, and then of course, I mean, you got Tush Push himself, Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley, and then when you got Baltimore with Derrick Henry, Mar Jackson, Buffalo, Josh Allen being able to sit and play James Cook. You have to have a complementary piece, but on top of that, most of your teams they don't have just one main running threat. So that's where I come into running back by committee, because you see also the teams that have just one rushing attack, they run usually they run down ragged to the point where you're only going to get 5, 6, 7 good years out of a running back that you drafted in the first round. It is a sheer miracle right now that Christian McCaffrey ain't dead yet. And he started off the season hurt, but I'm a little afraid with Ashton Jeanty because I didn't even know. I did not know that this dude was that small.
Man, he
was it because of Boise State that made him look bigger than what it was? Because when he's standing against these linemen in the National Football League and standing there, he's tiny. He'll hit you. But how much durability does a person like Ashton Jeanty have? And so that's your prototype thinking. Running backs don't often go first round anymore. And if they do, it's 1 or 2 at the very best. And then the teams that are picking a running back in the first round are usually desperate to get a running game off the ground, and they're going to overwork the running back. At the end of the day, being a running back in the NFL, as defensive linemen and linebackers are running 4.4s, they're going to hit these running backs
hard.
They just don't last long. Like Derrick Henry is 32, and we still think it's an absolute miracle that he's still where he's at. And if he don't get over his fumbling woes, Just the 1 year that I signed to pick up Derrick Henry in all my fantasy football leagues, and now you want to get a case of the Fumaruski.
The yips.
And like what? Oh, I got so if you can't tell, I have Derrick Henry and Ashton Genty in 2 of my leagues, and I'm having the worst fantasy football year I've ever had. But it's okay. My bad. I
Don't feel bad, B. Like, I'm not doing too hot on fantasy football.
Also, my fantasy, both of my running backs in my fantasy football league are actually out for the year, so it could be worse.
oh boy.
Ugh. I'll take the Fumaruski versus a season-ending injury any day of the week. I'll take that. All right.
What was that? Was it Austin Eckler?
It was in the same time slot, and it was in the same time slot. James Conner,
yeah,
and Najee Harris.
Najee Harris, okay, but I think it did. Which one did I see where the Achilles just said nope?
Najee.
Okay, because you see it where you got
it rolled up.
You got calf meat, you got the heel of the shoe, and it just said. I was like, woo! Yeah, that's it. And he just laid down in the field position because he couldn't do anything. But man, yeah,
and Justin Herbert was like, "Damn, man,
I gotta continue with the play. This was supposed to be coming to you, and you just dang." But
he probably hey, just roll over and see if you can trip somebody. I'm sorry, we shouldn't be joking about that, but it's just the fact that Justin Herbert kept the party going. He kept the party going. He did.
So yeah, it's just one of those things where just the demand that the offensive scheme has on running backs, even though it's a pass-heavy league, they're asking for running backs to be impromptu wide receivers, running routes out of the backfield and doing this, running screens and stuff like that. So you need both. You need a workhorse and you need a pass catcher. And like you said, Detroit, with the system that they have, I think they have that combination. I think they have the best running back combination in the NFL.
Yeah. I think they're the best 1-2 punch since I'm sounding like a homer, since Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams.
It's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful thing. Double trouble. All right, let's go to the defensive side of the ball. An elite pass rush or a lockdown secondary.
I will take an elite pass rush because elite pass rush, just like the Cleveland Browns can potentially have, can cause a lot of havoc for any quarterback, no matter how good they are. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of potential in Carson Schwessinger, I believe is his name.
The rookie, linebacker, yeah. Oh, he was good.
Mason Graham. Mm-hmm. And you've got Myles Garrett, who the Browns signed to an extension. Mm-hmm. You got those guys that can get to a quarterback or stop a screenplay before it begins, or they get in the backfield on a 4th and 1 and they stop it, and it's going to be a 5-yard loss before the running back even gets the ball. So, and this is not to disrespect any lockdown secondary, because a good secondary that can break up passes and even get picks or even deliver hits, like the late Sean Taylor. Mm-hmm. A good secondary is definitely an asset to any defense. But I'm going to go with a pass rush, because with a pass rush, you can do a lot. And especially you can have a linebacker spy on a QB if they even have any thoughts of taking off. If they can't find a receiver, you can have them watch the QB in case he gets any ideas of trying to break free.
Yeah. What say you, B Live? Elite pass rush or lockdown secondary?
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, elite pass rush. Because an elite pass rush can make a mediocre secondary look phenomenal.
Yep.
Period. If the quarterback thinks that he doesn't have time, and just thinking that he doesn't have time, he'll come out with the ball quicker than he normally wants to. And then, sometimes you just see them ducks fly up because he thinks that he can't get the ball off. And so I've seen it too many times where a questionable secondary looks amazing because of an elite pass rush, a.k.a. almost every cornerback that's come out of my beloved Clemson Tiger program, because 2018 was a beautiful thing because our pass rush was legendary.
Yep.
It was legendary to the point where all of our secondary got picked up in the NFL, and we've only seen a couple of them actually do really good. But then we turn around in 2019, them same guys were a little shaky and got ate up alive as a questionable secondary because, I mean, sorry, I got personal there once again.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
This is a safe space for us to talk about.
Yes. Tony Bolton got us over. Tony Bolton over got sound like a Better Help commercial. Cut the check.
Man, but yeah, I've seen it firsthand, and so I will always go for the elite pass rush. Dallas Cowboys. I will always go for the elite Dallas Cowboys. Like that was. Do you understand? Are you understanding now how much of a liability Trayvon Diggs is?
Big
Dallas
time.
Cowboys because you don't have a pass rush. This guy is chopped. He was getting ate alive when he had them 7 interceptions, but because they had such an elite pass rush, he was able to get it. But this man gets burnt like toast almost every play, but he looked so good at it. I think he got some money off of that, didn't he?
He got some money off that. Mm-hmm.
He got some money being terrible because they had an excellent pass rush. Now that's why they ain't got money to pay the right people, and now they just. I think I've proven the point.
You have.
I think I've been. This is one of the ones. Pass rush all day. Yes, sir.
That's why T.J. Watt and Trey Hendrickson and Micah Parsons and Myles Garrett and Nick Bosa. I pray that he recovers from his Achilles, but that's why those guys get the big bucks because. And T.J. Watt, that's why those guys can get the big bucks because they're able to get to the quarterback, or even guys like going back to Michael Strahan, Lawrence Taylor, Junior Seau, going back to players like that, and even Luke Kuechly in his career.
Miss him so much.
And then we sent off Brian Burns and Frankie Louvu and wonder why the Panthers were the 32nd best defense in the NFL, probably 33rd if you throw in a college team. They'd be worse off. my bad. I did that again. God.
You know what? I tell you what. You guys know I work for a college football magazine, and hell, I would rather have Alabama State's last year defense versus what the hell we had a few years ago. Because this is atrocious. All right, one more time before we hop to Pepper. Let's see. I got one more before we get up out of here. How do I want to do that there? Oh, situations. Go for it on 4th and 2 or just punt it away. Which one y'all want to do?
Depends on what side of the field I'm on. If I'm on the right side of the 50, I'm going for it come hell or high water. But if I'm like in my 20 or my 15, I can't pull a Mike Vrabel and go for it. I'm punting the ball away if I'm on the opposite side. If I'm on my side of the 50.
The situation that you put in front of me, punt the ball or go for it on 4th and 2. My answers with Tony. Same exact answer. Like if you're on that side of it. Now here's one thing that I'm going to be very adamant about. I know you didn't ask this question, and I don't care. Analytics will be the death of freaking professional football.
Mm-hmm.
Kick field goals.
Yeah.
Kick field, please, for the love of God, kick field goals.
Amen to that.
It's like, take the points. Like, I know you didn't ask this, Eddie Cool, but I had to get that one off my chest because they be getting me mad. I understand Dan Campbell. I get it.
Well, you know the analytics say 35%. Damn all that.
Yeah, just take the points. 3 points is better than 0.
God, Lord.
And kickers can boot 60, 65 yards.
Right.
So
take the points.
Yeah.
Please.
Especially if you got a good kicker and say if you're like on 55 yard line, 40 yard line, you got a good kicker. Analytics says common sense said kick the damn field goal and get them 3 points and get the hell up out of there.
Hey.
Exactly.
Yeah. Live to fight another day, man. There's times to go for it, and then there's times where you just got to be smart. You got to be smart, man. Because I've seen a lot of teams go beat out MF for what?
Hey, for what and for why and who did it? But
Yeah.
I just throw that out there. I'm sorry. Oh
No,
boy.
no, but that was good, beat out that you said that about analytics because, like you said, that works in baseball, not so much in football. Not so much in football. All right, Be Live. As we come in for this commercial break, grab the pepper grinder. It's going to be time for a round of pepper coming at you right here on the Sports Bros podcast. Stay tuned. Don't you move a muscle. We'll be right back.
Okay, boys, let's bring it home with a round of pepper.
Time for us to go home and get what I call the hell up out of here. But before we go, a round of pepper. You know how we do it. 3 topics, rapid fire style. Kind of sort of not really here to engage, enlighten, educate, and entertain. The 4 E's in no particular order. With that being said, I'll go first. All right. On this day in history, back in 1914, the Cincinnati Reds dropped their 19th straight game. Then they turned right around and beat the Boston Braves. Why is it this time of year teams won't decide they want to collapse? I don't know. See Mets, see Tigers. I don't know. Be live. Over to you.
Oh man, oh man. Eddie Cool, this pepper point is for you, my friend, because It has been immortalized and has never been done before. And here's the scary part. I believe, yeah, she is only 29 years old. She's probably got another 10 years of ball left in her. But at the age of 29,
My girl.
Asia Wilson has won the MVP for a record fourth time in the WNBA. No other player has done that. And she's 29. And I don't see it. It was closely contested against Dephia Collier, but Asia Wilson, if I could ever get the WNBA executives to make her the focal point, WNBA will actually make some money. They trying, but they still focusing on the wrong people. Asia Wilson is your MVP for the fourth record time. Eddie Cool back at you. The ball.
All right, when that being said, on this day in history back in 2022, not too long ago, St. Louis Cardinals slugger Albert Pujols hits 2 home runs with 5 RBIs in an 11-0 win over the LA Dodgers to become the 4th player in MLB history to hit a career of 700 home runs. Be like, you remember, like we were actually rooting for that. We were on Pujols watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Who wasn't rooting for that?
man, that's Albert Pujols, man. Like I was like, first of all, I was like, damn, he was playing that long, and I was like, damn, he had that many home runs. There was a point, man. Pujols is just on a tear. Yeah, he was on a
You
tear.
know the crazy thing about that? He never hit 50 home runs in a single season. He had 50 home run seasons during this. And if it wasn't for that 60 game season in 2020, he would have easily passed Babe Ruth. Not that 703 home runs isn't a major accomplishment. We're going to put respect on that because he's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think he is going to be, and this is a very hot take, he's going to be the only MLB player he's going to be the last one to ever get to 700. I don't think anyone except maybe Aaron Judge will even reach 600. I don't see anyone even reaching 600, let alone 700.
Yeah, I was going to say Aaron Judge. He's on that trajectory. I think he is only 20. Is he in his 30s?
He's 32.
32. Okay, well, dang.
Yes, damn.
Yeah, he's 32.
Yeah, can he stay healthy long enough? Because I think he's at 380 or something like that.
No, I lied. He's 33. 33.
Oh boy. We'll see if he can keep it up. But yeah, let me I can pull it up real quick. I don't trust none of these things right now. But let's see. But yeah, Albert Pujols, absolutely. We're gonna stick with baseball for my second pepper point.
All right.
And I'm a little upset with this one. Because this was back in 2021, and it's still rearing its ugly head. During the 2021 baseball season, Eddie Cool, you know that our beloved Atlanta Braves won the World Series.
Oh, they did.
It was a beautiful thing. Unfortunately, during one of the games in the World Series, Jorge Soler threw a foul ball into the stands for the fans, and I guess he had a little too much force behind it.
Uh-oh.
And the baseball hit a lady in the eye.
Oof.
One attorney says she suffered multiple fractures and will require long-term medical care. And so the lady sued the organization and the player, Soler. And the Braves are backing Jorge Soler. Georgia's baseball rule protects them from a lawsuit. Cobb County threw out the lawsuit because if you go to a baseball game, you assume the risk of going to a baseball game.
At your own accord.
Mm-hmm.
But the Georgia Court of Appeals just recently reversed the decisions because of the nature of how it happened. They said that Soler threw the ball with force as opposed to with a little lob. So you can expect baseballs to never be thrown into the stands again because now it's a liability.
Yeah, I see why you've got all that netting down the first and third base lines. I think that was for a good reason because I think a foul ball had ended up hitting a really little kid.
Yeah.
I think somebody died over like.
Was it that or a hockey puck?
That one was a hockey puck.
Okay, I know there was a serious injury with baseball too, and we definitely need the netting. But a ball being thrown to the fans now is a liability. Oh boy, Eddie Cool, and make sure I throw this ball softly to you. The ball.
I just make sure I'm gonna pay attention. That's what it is.
Is that right? That's
Yeah. Make sure I pay attention. Yeah. How do you go to a baseball game and not pay attention? I don't understand it.
Right.
All right, fellas. So I had the distinct honor of winning a Canadian football fantasy football league. Don't ask me how I did it, but I done it. All right. So we taking a trip up to the Great White North. All right. The CFL, they're gonna make some changes. As we know, the field is extra long, and the goalpost is sitting right there on the end zone. And the end zone is like 19,000 feet long, 100 million thousand feet wide. So we got some changes, right? It was announced on September 22nd, all right? It's going to be in two phases, the 2026 phase. The first change is the modified rouge. Now, the rouge it happens when I think you miss a field goal, you kick it out of the back of the end zone, you get 1 point. You get a point for that. All right, so it says the modified rouge. The rouge will no longer include a single point for a missed field goal attempt that goes wide of the goalpost. A point will also not be awarded when a punt or a kickoff sails through or rolls out of the back of the end zone or the sides, through the back of the sides of the end zone without being touched by a punter. It says if a punt, field goal, or kickoff is settled in the end zone and the returner fails to take it out or takes a knee, a single point will then be awarded. It will be awarded, all right? The change eliminates the games being decided by a missed field goal, punt, or kickoff through the end zone, all right? So that's one of the changes.
That's fair.
Yeah. All right. In 2026, it says the opposite side field, teams' benches, and the 35-second play clocks. All teams will be required to have their bench areas on opposite sides of the field because they had them all on one side of the field, eliminating cases where some players are required to run 50 to 60 yards for substitutions. Some stadiums currently feature benches on opposite sides while others are side by side. And it's to improve the consistency in the game flow. And a new 35-second play clock will automatically begin as soon as the previous play is whistled dead. Currently, there's a 20-second play clock that does not start until manually initiated by the officials. So, yeah, they're going to do that. All right, so that is phase 2026. 2027, the goalpost will be at the back of the end zone. Now, normally
Interesting.
Yeah, normally when we watch the CFL, it's like right there in your face. It's looking like 1925 NFL, right? All right, it says the goalpost at the back of the end zone to allow passing offenses to allow it pretty much the target in the middle of the end zone instead of just going either left or the right because you can't you got that big ass forking road right there. All right, the shift removes an obstruction that impacts the middle third of the end zone, helping to drive more of football's most exciting play, the touchdown. The change also benefits teams pinned deep down in their own territory, allowing offenses previously limited by the goalpost to expand their playbooks, as well as enabling punters to kick more freely from the end zone without interference. You got to think about like if you're in your end zone, it's on the yard, it's on the goal line. You can't punt out of it. It's ridiculous. All right. So that is changes in 2027. And is there another one? Oh, yeah. The 15-yard end zones and 100-yard fields to ensure scoring remains high and that the kicking game remains relevant. End zones will be shortened from 20 yards deep to 15 yards. The CFL will still have the largest end zone in any form of professional gridiron football. The field will also be shortened from 110 yards to the traditional 100 yards, while retaining its distinctive 65-yard width, allowing offensive to start closer to the opposition's end. The adjustment also ensures league-wide uniformity and end zone dimensions. So the CFL said, you know what? Time to make some changes because that field is extra wide, extra long, and I don't know if you ever noticed this a quarterback that played in the CFL that's making transition to the NFL. I like, you know what? It makes them, they're used to like throwing that deep lob pass because somebody's over there in Saskatchewan catching the football. But yeah, those are some rule changes in the CFL. Looking forward to it. Be live. Third and final paper point. Take us home.
Oh man, you know how I like to do things.
Get ready, Tony. It gets crazy. That third and final
just,
pepper point.
just saying, this is what I do. And I like to combine my third and final pepper point with one of my segments I like to call What Happened. And this is not necessarily what happened, but what's really going on in the world today. But this is actually going to be a player spotlight. And this comes by way of Williamsport, Pennsylvania. And I really, 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 really needed the money man Scotty D for this pepper point. But this really does apply to all of us here on this particular episode. Because the player highlight, we're going to be talking about a freshman in college, freshman defensive lineman by the name of Tom Sillo. He's being featured from the Division III Lycoming College because he used to work on the city streets and parks department. But here's the thing: as a college freshman, you're automatically assuming a young kid that's up and coming and everything like that. Remind you, I said Division III. This freshman defensive lineman has been working the city streets and parks department for 33 years. He is 58 years old and he's living his dream as a freshman defensive lineman at Lycoming College. If this guy can do it, so can we. I'm trying to hit the gridiron. You know what? I'm gonna hit the gym. I'm gonna get my workout on. So I'm gonna be on somebody's college football team and fulfilling my dream, just like my man Thomas Sillo. Williamsport, PA, Division III, Lycoming College, 58 years of age. I wish you the best of luck. I hope them hamstrings work out for you. I hope my back just hurt thinking about it. But
yeah.
Can you imagine me? You play. I mean, you still play with kids. The majority of people that go to this college are kids in the 18 to 22-year-old range. But he said he's going to play him some football. He's going back to college and he's fulfilling his dream. 58-year-old freshman defensive lineman out of Lycoming College, Division III, Thomas Sillo. Yes, sir. And that's what happened.
That's respect. I might see if I got a couple years eligibility left.
Right.
I could probably fill in as a running back somewhere.
I'll just play special teams. That's all I got.
I'm just, like I want to be. I'm not even gonna lie to you, Pauls. I want to be a tight end. I'm 6'5". If I get down to 275, 250, 275, I'll play tight end. I'll be out there like Gronk, just towering over people. But I'm motivated. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here on the prescription meds, and I'm old, and my knee hurt, and and I'm over here struggling just to bowl. You know what? I love bowling. And I struggle to get through 3 games of bowling because I'm so out of shape. I'm going to get back in shape. For Thomas Sillo, I'm coming for you. I'm coming back to the gridiron, baby. I've never played football in my entire life, but I think I'm going to learn how to do it.
for the Thomas Sillos, the Tim Frisbees, and be like, what is that guy? What is that brother that went to South Carolina State? His name escapes me.
Couldn't tell you.
James from Good Times. We're going to call him James from Good Times. So that's what we like. There is still hope after all. And with that being said, it's been another episode of the Sports Bros podcast. A big shout out to our special guest for joining us through the whole entire episode, Tony Bogan, man. Thank you for joining us. And as always, we appreciate you listening and supporting us. And you're always welcome here on the Sports Bros podcast. TB, one more time before you get up out of here. Where can they find you at on social media?
Instagram, Tony Bogan Media, Twitter, TBogs2010, and Blue Sky, just my name, Tony Bogan.
Yep. Tony Bogan is all over the place. Of course, you can find the Sports Bros podcast. Just check out that Linktree link, click it, and there's everything there is right here on the Sports Bros podcast. And then in closing, do something nice for yourself. And if you can, do something nice for someone else. They're greatly appreciated now more than ever. Be a blessing, not a burden. This Mississippi pot roast is smelling so good.
Sir, get out my ear. I'm talking about food. I'm hungry.
Smell it through the phone. No, but anyways, man, y'all take care. Be good. It's been another episode of Sports Bros Podcast. Be live. Take us home.
Yes, sir.
And that does it. Thank you once again for listening to your favorite sports podcast, the Sports Bros Podcast. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. We out there. See you next week.